How do you improve rotation in backstroke and freestyle? Hi everyone, Andrew here, helping you help your swimmers get faster. And today we're going to discuss how to use a band to improve rotation in freestyle and backstroke by helping swimmers learn to more effectively use their kick to drive the rotation. In freestyle and backstroke, rotation matters. It allows for more effective arm rotations because it allows swimmers to access more range of motion. Try to think about how swimmers would move their arms if they couldn't move their shoulders, and then how much more freely the arms can move once the shoulders can move. And that's basically why rotation is so important and so effective. And as a result, swimmers can get effortless arm recoveries, they can get more powerful pulling actions. But effective rotation isn't just about the torso, and it's not just about swinging the arms to drive the rotation. The legs are also a huge contributor. And the more effective the legs are, the smoother, the faster, and the easier swimmers are going to be able to move through the water. Now, to show you what I mean, let's take a look at a swimmer really quickly to show it in action. And so if you watch here, he's going to kick down with his left leg, and boom, that's going to shift his body to his right side. And then he's going to kick with his right leg, and then boom, shift his body over to the left side. And then right leg, and then left leg. So the kick does play a critical role in the rotation of the body, and it happens in freestyle, and if swimmers aren't getting it right, it's going to cause a lot of problems. So the same thing happens here in backstroke, and right now he's on his left side. If we watch his right leg, it's going to kick up there, and then boom, it's going to shift him to his right side. And then if we watch here, the left leg is going to kick right there, and that's going to shift him over to his left side. And so the same thing is happening in backstroke. Swimmers are using the legs to facilitate the rotation, and that plays a huge part in the actual rotation. We'll watch it one more time just to make sure we got it. And so again, he's going to kick right here with the right leg. Boom, that's going to kick the right hip down, which shifts him over to his right side. And then right there, he's going to kick all the way through with the left side. You can see as he finishes that kick right there, it starts to twist his body to the opposite side. And so the legs are really driving and facilitating the rotation in addition to the arms and the torso and the body. So what's the challenge in terms of helping swimmers learn to use their legs to facilitate the rotation and do so at the right time? Well, there are a lot of factors that have to work together to facilitate great rotational timing. The torso needs to be working, the arms need to be working, and the legs need to be working. So it's about precision timing. The right thing has to happen at the right time, and that's hard to describe to swimmers, so they have to be able to feel it in order to be able to really understand what they need to do, how to do it, and how to manipulate it depending on how fast they want to go. So we have to change what they're feeling to change how they're moving. And rather than just telling them what to do, we're going to have to put them in positions where they can figure out how to make it happen. Again, because the timing is precise, because it involves a lot of different parts, it's going to be difficult to describe what to do. We need the right tasks to help facilitate that process. So one of my favorite solutions is to use a band and, when necessary, a buoy. So if we take away the legs, we can actually improve the use of the legs. It's somewhat counterintuitive. Let me explain. And so swimmers are going to have to improve their ability to rotate without the legs with the band. They're going to have to tighten up the torso. They're going to have to use the arms more effectively. They're going to have to figure it out. That alone is going to improve rotation because there's going to be a better connection between those different components. And then when we add the legs back in, then swimmers can start to feel the legs work. Then they can start to feel the connection between the legs and the rotation. It's that contrast between having no legs and having legs can help swimmers start to feel the best way to use the legs in order to create speed. And what you can do too is you can have them alternate between swimming with a band and then performing some rotational drills where they're using the legs to switch from side to side. And so it's the absence of the legs that creates more awareness, and then swimmers can start to feel the legs more effectively when they return. That and learning to use the arms and the torso more effectively is going to help swimmers learn to connect their body, connect their legs, and ultimately improve their rotation. Now, if you just have swimmers perform some repetitions with a band, they might get something out of it. However, if you really want to make it effective, you need to add stroke counts, add stroke rates, add speed, use building efforts, use descending efforts, add resistance, use full stroke and drills, mix it all up, combine it in different ways, and really challenge swimmers to explore different ways of executing these skills. And so, for instance, they could just swim a 25 with the band. You could also have them do it at various stroke rates where the stroke rate's increasing, and then you could have them do it when the stroke rate's decreasing, so that they have to figure it out over a broader range of experiences and a broader range of context. And ultimately, that's going to help them really explore the skill, and then you're doing that both with and without the band, and that's going to help them learn how to one, be more effective with the rotation without the legs, and then two, once they have the sensory contrast of adding the legs back in, they're going to be more aware of what they need to do to integrate the legs back in. So again, rather than just swimming some 25s, actually challenge these skills, challenge them when they're using the band and without the band, and that's going to result in a lot more progress and a lot more learning. So here are a couple simple sets that you can use a band to improve rotation. And so if swimmers are also really struggling with their body position with the band, you can throw a buoy in there, and that won't compromise what they're doing with the legs, but it'll allow them to maintain a better body position. So the first set, 4 rounds through, they're going to go 50 backstroke with a band. They're going to descend 1 to 3 at the same stroke count. So they got to find more speed. They got to be more connected. They got to be more efficient without picking up the stroke count. Then they're going to go 75 backstroke, build each 25. So they're playing with different speed within that, trying to use the legs and incorporating everything more effectively. And then a 25 backstroke strong just to feel a little bit more speed. The next set, 3 times through, they're going to go 2 75s freestyle with a band, take 1 less stroke per 25, so they got to be longer and more efficient. Then they're going to go 2 50s freestyle, 1, minimize stroke count, so be really long, be really connected. And then number 2 is minimize stroke count and time, so they're going to add a little bit of a speed component to it. Then they're going to go 2 more 75s with the band. They're going to take 2 more strokes per 25. That way they're going to change gears and pick it up as they go. And then they're going to go 4 25s, freestyle, tight descend, 1 to 4 to strong without the band. And so with this, they're playing with different stroke counts. They're playing with different speeds. They're using the band. They're not using the band. And that's ultimately going to help them figure out how to rotate more effectively, how to use the legs more effectively, and how to compensate when they don't have the legs by being tighter through the torso, by being more connected with the torso, and being more connected with the arm recoveries. So a great way to improve this skill without having to really coach it per se. You put them in a position, put them in a situation where they've got to figure things out. They're ultimately going to learn the skills that will allow them to swim fast, which is what we're looking for. So I hope that was helpful. And as always, keep it simple.